The Most Beautiful Woman by Zodiac Sign. Top 5. Among the 12 zodiac signs, there are women whose beauty goes beyond appearance. These are not just facial features. This is an energy that takes your breath away. They do not strive to be the most, they just are. Their look is remembered for a lifetime. Their gait is as if music is playing. And the power of female magnetism is so great that it even changes the space around. Today you will find out which 5 zodiac signs give the world the most beautiful women. Beauty that comes not from cosmetics, but from inner strength, confidence, and innate charm. This is not a subjective opinion. This is knowledge that has passed through generations, tested by time and thousands of observations. If you want to understand whether your sign is on this magical list, watch the video to the end. Subscribe to the channel if you are close to astrology, which has truth, depth, and energy. And in the comments, write which of your friends you would put on the pedestal of beauty. Perhaps you are also on this top, and you don't even suspect to what extent. The first sign is Aquarius. The beauty of an Aquarius woman does not copy standards, does not follow fashion, and does not obey other people's tastes. It is formed by a unique combination of features that are difficult to explain in words, but impossible to forget. Her face is not necessarily classically correct, but it has a special geometry that catches the eye instantly. The angle of the head, the cold awareness in the look, the manner of remaining silent longer than is customary. All this creates an image that is difficult to take your eyes off. Her beauty is a challenge. She does not try to please. She lives in a sense of inner independence. And this is what makes her irresistible. There is no deliberate grace in her gait, but there is freedom in every movement. There is no soft ingratiation in her voice, but in every intonation there is intelligence and strength. She does not make promises, does not paint illusions, does not pretend to be an angel. She is real. And this is disarming. An Aquarius woman knows how to arouse interest not by her appearance, but by the way she is. She can wear a simple t-shirt, casually tucked into jeans, and collect more admiring glances than those who spent hours building an ideal image. Her beauty is in her ability to be outside the system. She cannot be caught in a framework. Today she is silent. Tomorrow she provokes. The day after tomorrow she dissolves in a stream of ideas. And it is this feeling of unpredictability that makes her desirable. Her hair is not necessarily styled according to the latest stylist, but there is life in it. It moves as if it follows her thoughts. Her eyes do not always smile, but you can read the world in them. Deep, complex, personal. Her hands know how to touch as if there is a whole philosophy in this touch. She does not play at charm. She simply breathes freedom, and it is felt. Men feel confused next to her. They do not understand what it is about her that catches them so much. She does not flirt, does not demand attention, does not act feminine. But it is she who you want to pursue, not because of her figure, not because of her face, not because of her gestures, but because of the inner magnetism that comes from the depths. Her beauty is not about forms, it is about energy. About how she enters the space without asking permission. About how she looks, as if she knows more than you are ready to know. The Aquarius woman does not need approval. She is not interested in other people's assessments. She is not afraid to be strange, uncomfortable, too bold. She is her own standard. And if someone tries to change her, he loses her. Because her beauty blossoms only in freedom. Try to catch her, it will disappear. Leave space, it will shine. She knows how to be quiet and at the same time noticeable. She is not necessarily heard, but she is always felt. In the company, in the crowd, in the frame, she creates her own atmosphere. And even if she stands in the corner, people look at her more often than at those who are in the spotlight. Her energy does not require statements. It just is. Confident, mature, strong. Not in her voice, in silence. not in her makeup, in the expression of her eyes, not in her smile, in her awareness of herself. She may seem cold, but that's the beauty. You can't warm her up with banal words. You can't impress her with money or status. She senses falsehood instantly and retreats. And if she decides to get closer, it means that you have passed her filter. And then you can see that behind the armor there is a woman with a subtle soul, with a special view of the world, with a beauty that you want to study endlessly. An Aquarius woman is not a cover, not a glossy magazine, not an ideal. She is a whole world. And everyone who has come into contact with her presence takes away this feeling, as if they looked freedom in the face. And this is her highest, unique beauty. The second sign is Capricorn. A Capricorn woman is a beauty that does not scream, but is silent with dignity. Her appearance is never demonstrative, but this is where her strength lies. She does not need additional decoration to attract attention. Her face is like a marble sculpture, clear lines, expressive features, cold precision. She has nothing superfluous, and this is what makes her aesthetically perfect. She does not try to please, she simply exists, and the world around her begins to align with her style. The beauty of this woman is built on discipline. She knows her strengths and does not allow herself to have blurred forms. Her gait is precise, her movements are verified, her facial expressions are minimal but expressive. She has no need to be in sight. She takes one step to the side, and attention switches to her by itself. Her demeanor is like that of a queen without a crown. She does not demonstrate power, but it is felt from a distance. Her gaze gives her special power. The Capricorn woman's eyes are cold, like the morning air in the mountains, and at the same time, deep, like old wisdom. There is no flirting in this look. It has a detached concentration, restrained strength, and an exact knowledge of one's own value. Men feel a test in this look. Women, competition. And no one can understand exactly what emotions are hidden behind this calm. This is not indifference. This is control. Her style is a weapon. The Capricorn woman does not allow accidents. The colors are chosen correctly. The silhouette is strict. The jewelry is laconic, but expensive. Everything on her is like a cipher in which power is hidden. She does not follow fashion. She herself creates an impression that will haunt her for a long time. And it's not about brands. You can see her in a simple coat, but it will fit perfectly, because she will never make a mistake in how she looks. The beauty of Capricorn is a strategy. This woman's figure is the result of self-discipline. She may have different builds, but she is always collected. There is no fuss, no disorder, no uncertainty. Even if she has imperfect features, she knows how to present them in such a way that they become her calling card. Her posture, tone of speech, light, almost invisible makeup. This is not an attempt to please. It is the language of power. But the main thing is in her charisma. This is a woman who enters a room, and the air becomes denser. She does not need words to establish rules. Capricorn beauty is power, clothed in form. She does not play. She lives on her own terms, and this makes her almost unattainable. There is no external softness in her, but this is precisely what attracts. Because in a world full of noise, she is like silence, from which it is impossible to tear yourself away. She is not compared, she is remembered. She may be dressed simply, she may not smile, she may not even look away. But it is she who remains in the memory, because her image is not a desire to be beautiful, but a confidence that she is already perfect, without confirmation, without unnecessary words, without proof. And this form of silent, strict beauty is one of the strongest among all the signs of the zodiac. The third sign is Sagittarius. The beauty of a Sagittarius woman does not ask for attention. It demands space. It is impossible not to notice, but impossible to hold on to. Externally, it can be different. restrained or bright, natural or emphatically spectacular, but there is always something in it that cannot be faked. Inner freedom. Read in the look, in gestures, in movement. This freedom makes her special. She does not depend on opinions, does not obey trends, does not ask for approval. And this is what causes attraction. Her face is not about symmetry. It is about character. It reflects independence, confidence, and curiosity about life. The eyes of a Sagittarius woman are a separate story. They are alive, mobile, with a slight squint, as if she understands everything in advance. These eyes can be soft and kind, but the next second they can burst into flames if they sense falsehood. She does not play. She is real, and this authenticity is immediately read. Her beauty is dynamic. She does not like to stand still, and her body seems to be created for movement. Her gait is light, swift, with a hint of challenge. Her posture says, "I know where I'm going, and I don't need permission." This is a woman who can pass by and leave a trail of interest, which is followed by glances without even realizing why. She does not try to be beautiful, she just lives her nature, and this makes her especially desirable. But the real strength of a Sagittarius woman is not only in how she looks, but in how she feels. She knows her value. She can be ironic in a conversation, and silent at the right moment, and a storm if necessary. There is no fuss in her. Her confidence is like a wall behind which she lives calmly, and men feel it. Next to her, you cannot be sluggish, weak, insecure. Her energy requires tone, mobility, reaction. She does not tolerate boredom. The Sagittarius woman does not create an image. She lives in it. Her style is a reflection of her character. She has no need to shock. She can put on a simple dress and look like she came from the cover of a magazine, because her adornment is her look, energy, charisma. Her beauty is not glossy, but deep. It touches not the eyes, but the mind. From the very first conversation, it becomes clear. In front of you is a person who cannot be treated superficially. She knows how to be different, but she will never play someone else's role. She is not interested in what should be. She is interested in what is truly beautiful, interesting, smart, passionate. She loves freedom, but do not confuse it with lack of control. Her beauty is in the mind. She can talk about the meaning of life while twirling her hair on her finger and catching glances. Her strength is in the combination of lightness and depth. She can laugh while others are tense. And at this moment, she looks especially attractive. The Sagittarius woman is not about appearance for appearance's sake. This is the energy that holds the room. This is a mood that is infectious. This is a fire that does not burn but warms. Her beauty is not in her features, but in how she manifests herself in space. She does not demand attention. She simply bathes in it. And the less she tries to please, the more she falls in love. Her image lives long after the meeting, not because of bright lipstick or an unusual outfit, but because of the state that she leaves. Freedom, lightness, power, ease, all this lives in her naturally. And this is what makes her one of the most beautiful women of the zodiac. Not because she tries to be like that, but because she does not need to try. The fourth sign is Virgo. She does not strive to be the center of attention, but everything around her seems to freeze when she enters the room. The Virgo woman does not try to impress. She simply exists in the perfect combination of sophistication, purity of lines, and a well-thought-out image. Her beauty is precision in everything, from posture to gaze. Each of her movements seems to be verified, but there is no artificiality in this. This is nature brought to perfection. The main difference of Virgo is that she takes care of herself not for show, but out of principle. She does not have random hairstyles, unsuccessful outfits, or inappropriate makeup. Everything is verified down to the details. Her hair is always well groomed, her skin is in perfect condition, and her style is a reflection of subtle taste and self-discipline. She can choose a simple dress, but on her it looks like haute couture. Because it is not about the price, it is about the presentation. The face of a Virgo woman is the geometry of intellect. A clear oval, expressive eyes, a neat nose, calm lips. She never does too much. There is no harshness, a defiant look, or deliberate sexuality in her. But this is exactly what makes you look at her again and again. Her beauty does not scream. She breathes, moves, lives. This woman knows how to highlight the best. She knows what length of a dress will reveal her ankles, what earrings will visually stretch her neck, and what color will suit her skin tone. She does not experiment for the sake of hype. She chooses solutions that work for her, not against her. And that is why she is immediately noticeable in a crowd. Not because she is bright, but because she is perfectly put together. Her beauty is not only external. The Virgo woman radiates calmness, and this makes men feel confident next to her. She knows how to listen. She is not in a hurry. She does not play. There is no ostentatious passion in her, but there is a depth that you want to dive into. And when a man looks at her, he does not see just appearance. He feels the level. Society often overestimates showiness and underestimates sophistication. The Virgo woman is the embodiment of that rare, quiet power that ultimately attracts the most. She will not take a selfie with her lips sticking out. She will not post every step in stories. But it is her appearance, demeanor, and inner composure that remain in the memory. She especially blossoms with age. If at 20 her beauty can be modest, then at 30 and 40 she turns into a woman who literally hypnotizes with maturity, style, self-sufficiency. Men who have seen a lot often fall in love with her, because with age she only gets better. Her figure retains proportions, her eyes are clear, and her skin is well groomed. The Virgo woman knows how to be perfect without effort. There is no strain in her beauty. She knows her worth without bragging about it. And that is why she is among the top most beautiful signs of the zodiac. Not because she shouts about herself, but because she is silent and still wins. The fifth sign is Aries. It is impossible not to notice her. The Aries woman literally lights up the space. There is fire in her beauty. She does not wear masks, does not play a role, does not adapt. She appears, and everything begins to move around her. Her face may be non-standard, but it has so much charisma that in 5 seconds it seems perfect. Because the beauty of Aries is not about proportions, it is about energy. She has a look that makes you hot. There is a challenge, excitement, confidence in it. She knows that she is beautiful, and she is not going to hide it. On the contrary, she knows how to use it. Her smile is not just cute, it breaks through. Her gait is not just graceful, it declares. She is not afraid to be bright, not afraid of attention, not afraid of competition. And all this is reflected in her appearance. The style of the Aries woman is courage. She is not afraid of color, cuts, experiments. She can wear a red dress in a black and white crowd and feel like a queen. She knows how to work with accessories, create images that emphasize her body. Her figure is often athletic, lively, strong. There is no languid fragility in her, but there is real power. On the face of an Aries woman, you can often see sharp features, expressive eyebrows, cheekbones, a clear chin. Her eyes are not just a mirror of the soul. They are a spotlight. When she looks, she sees, and you can feel it. That is why men often get lost under her gaze. Her beauty does not ask. It demands. It captures and does not let go. She can be impulsive, emotional, loud, but all this makes her even more alive. Her blush is natural. Her hair is thick, most often voluminous. Even without makeup, she looks bold. And with it, like a femme fatale, and she knows how to manage it. She is a born predator, but she does not destroy, but inspires. Men feel excitement next to her. She will not let them relax, will not let them get bored. But this is what makes her so desirable. Her beauty is not for the weak. It is for those who are strong themselves, but are ready to bow before a woman who will never be comfortable. She is not the one who hides. She is the one who goes first. And this is what makes her so sexy. The Aries woman is attractive with her freedom. She can be in a crowd, but she is always special. Her voice, laughter, look, everything is individual. You can't confuse her. She does not try to be better than everyone else. She just lives in her amplitude. And this makes her phenomenal. She is in the top 5 most beautiful women by zodiac sign, not because she tries, but because she does not try. She is, and that is enough. Because her beauty is an impulse that makes you want to be near her.